First, we will visit indigenouscities.com. It will redirect us to the Minneapolis-St. Paul site. So now we're in Indigenous Cities, Minneapolis-St. Paul. If we scroll to the bottom, we can use Google or Facebook to log in. You can also use username and password, but it's a bit clunkier, and we're not going to cover that in this overview. I will log in with Google. So now I'm logged in, and it pulled my name from Google. So what I do now is I scroll to the bottom, and I click Dashboard. From the dashboard, I can apply to become a contributor. So it's already got my information in there, so I'll just say, I work with Acme. So I apply to be a contributor. Until I do that, and until I'm approved as a contributor, I don't really have any capabilities on the site. So I wait until I am notified that I have been approved as a contributor. And once you've been approved, if you refresh this screen, you'll see a lot more options. Posts, events, and directory are the important ones. Now I will notice here that it's got this little message asking me to add a bio. So I'm going to go do that. I'm going to go edit my profile to add a bio. And I am a person. It's a pretty short bio, but we're going to go with it. I can also upload a user profile now that I've been approved. And I'm just going to use a picture of cookies. Don't judge me. And there we go. I added a bio. I added my profile picture. You can add other information like social networks and such, but we're not going to bother with that now. So the thing that everyone's excited about with Indigenous Cities is the calendar. So we're going to start with what you're excited about, which is adding an event. So I go into Events and Add New. So we're going to call our event Cookie Bake. We're going to type out whatever we want about it. Maybe add a heading. Maybe add a single picture of a cookie. We can maybe add a gallery of lots of cookies. So obviously you can upload these files, but I've already got them uploaded, which will save us some time. So boom, we can drag and drop them, insert the gallery. If we want, let's say we've got a little cookies video on YouTube we want to show. How to make the best chocolate chip cookies. Okay, so we just copy that that YouTube video URL and just make a new line for it and just paste that in, and it will become embedded very easily. So there we go. We got all kinds of great content for our event, and now we just need to specify the event details. So let's say that it's tomorrow, and you know, we could specify times, or let's just say it's a whole day event, so we don't even have the time specified, just all day. You can select a venue, cookie bake place. So we'll create the cookie bake place venue. We'll give it an address and so forth. You can specify whatever details we like. We can add an organizer. It's not really necessary unless you really want to feature an individual organizer person. You can specify cost and so on. We're not going to bother with that. I like to add an excerpt because then I'm in control of what text gets shown on, you know, anytime we show the event in kind of a small summary view. Otherwise, it'll just grab the first text from your content. So I will write my excerpt here. If we like, we can set a featured image for this event, and that really helps. It helps it get more attention on the the calendar views, and event categories are good. If we check it Indian month, then it'll show up on the Indian month page. So if I want to, I can save a draft and save my work and come back later. We like our event, so we're going to submit it for review. Now, it won't be live on the site yet, and until it's live on the site, we can keep editing it. Once an editor or administrator has pushed our event to be live on the site, we won't be able to edit it anymore, and we'll need to ask, one of those editors or administrators to modify it if we need anything changed. And that's going to be true not just for events, but also blog posts and directory listings. So there we go. We've created a calendar event. Let's go to directory listings. Add new listing, either business name, organization name, Acme Cookie Bake Company. And here again, we have the same kind of content editor where we can add images and such. So I won't do anything fancy with this one. And similar to events, directory listings just have a number of fields. You can put in an address. Choose a nice category here, maybe arts and culture. And then if you want it to show up on the Indian month page, you tag it as Indian month. So you tag your directory listing as Indian month to show up as a supporter of Indian month. Now, I'm not sure if we'll keep that section, but the section where we show the supporters of Indian month, but for now, that's how it works. You tag that, you show up as a supporter of Indian month. So we're now submitting our directory listing, and we should also probably give it a featured image, because that's pretty important. And also, it is saying an excerpt is required. Now, that's a good catch on the part of the system. So for businesses, if you don't write an excerpt, there will really be nothing said about your business. On the summary views. Now, if people click into the full organization, then they'll get this long description that we typed up here. But on any listings of organizations, all they'll see in terms of a description is this excerpt. So we definitely want to have an excerpt. It's a cookie baking company, so we'll just give it a cookie related featured image here, and we'll submit it for review. So the final thing that we can submit is just a blog post. And really a blog post can serve kind of any news purpose, or maybe even creative. Maybe you want to write an opinion piece, or who knows what types of posts will get added. Now remember, these posts are distinct from, a post is not a calendar event, and a post is not a directory listing. But you could write a post related to a calendar event. So save the date for cookie bake. Go into our content editor here, same as before. Let's just say, the cookie bake isn't until August, but be sure to put it on your calendar. Because this is a news post about a calendar event, the news post should link to the URL of the calendar event so that people can get to that calendar event from the announcement save the date. However, because the calendar event hasn't been approved by the editor or the administrators yet, then there's no URL to link to. So what we need to say is, dear editors, please add a link here to the calendar event. So that way, even though your calendar event may be buried 3 months in the future and nobody's going to be looking at the calendar that far in the future, this news post, which might be front page on the site, can have a link to that calendar event so people can see its details. Let's just skip the excerpt this time, because we think the text we left here is fine to show on any small versions of the post that show up around the site. So we're going to submit this for review. Now, we probably should have picked a calendar or a category and maybe some tags, but it's not required. So there we go. We've now added all 3 important types of content. calendar events, directory listings, and blog posts. Thanks for watching.